then he says, but you guys need to agree on what you disagree on before that hearing actually happens, and you have till the 6th to do that. Clowns.
The car's rolling backwards. My dumb uncle probably was drunk. He's got no lights on in the middle of the woods, and he's just letting the car fall backwards down a hill.
Sounds dirty. It sounds like a vampire came on your face.
I know. It also sounds like super, like, Hunger Games District 1 kind of shit, you know?
Dude, she did a whole 1-hour interview once with Barry fucking Manilow. Barry Manilow. The problem with music today is there's no melody.
I'm Diane Rehm. It appears that Brian Walsh also, not only did he bring his son along with him on his, dismemberment supply runs, not only did he mug for the cameras, it also appears that he used CVS coupons to buy his dismemberment supplies.
Cowboy Fan 105, where the fuck he is, you can go fuck yourself, Cowboy Fan 105. And they tweeted back like something about how I'm definitely sleeping with Turtleboy.
He has screwed up the Sandra Birchmore case. He's screwed up parts of the Brian Walsh case. He's screwed up parts of the Karen Reed case. Why is he still in a position of power and authority?
Good question.
In any capacity.
You don't know me, but you have a piece of toilet paper hanging out of the back of your pants. And not only did I have a piece of toilet paper, I had a piece of toilet paper like this long. It was like
so nice of her. I want to state this for the record. We absolutely 100% do know that his name is Joe Paul. In my brain, he is Tommy Paul.
That's right.
You don't need to correct me. I know his name. But I call him Tommy Paul or Tommy Boy. And Rebecca reminds us that that is the Walmart knockoff brand of Tommy jeans.
Tommy Hilfiger or whatever.
I want that. Hi.
That was awesome. Awesome.
That was something I threw together today. Hello, audience. Let me make sure that we are live before. So there's a weird. I'm going to change the layout. The layout's weird. It's like
he's Tommy Paul to us.
He is Tommy Paul to us. Tommy Boy.
Oh, sweetie, no. He is Tommy Paul to us. I completely agree. He will always be Tommy Paul. By the way, I love how your little video there is like 0 Karen Reed content and all just fucking around.
I know. Well, I was like, this could be very serious and very much like the stories that we cover. But I think I'm going to go with the comedy.
I think roll that video at the beginning of every episode. All the cool kids have videos. Are you playing with a layout right now? Are you zooming?
I am. Sorry. Okay. Because I'm looking at it on my phone.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to see what everybody else is seeing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like full screen, and we were just like these little tiny squares, like in the middle of the screen.
Yeah. Can you make us like more side by side?
Yeah, I think this is fine. We're gonna go with it. Hey, everybody. I'm Mel Barrett.
I'm Rebecca Lavoie.
And welcome to Something's Off, our very first live stream at the end of 2025. And we're so happy you all are here. You're going to have to be patient with us, though. I mean, I know we say this all the time, but yeah, we are.
Want to be boring, though, with that process, but we want to let you know. We don't really. This is the first time.
Wait, why does this say asterisk? What does that mean? Oh, look, I clicked on a comment. Why Mel asterisk? I don't know what that means, but feel free to
I think those are kisses. What's the matter with you?
Oh, okay. Well, I am going to be 50 in 2 months. That's what's the matter with me.
Oh, Erica says that she set the alarm to catch this live. I so appreciate that. Somebody said we look hot, is that Liz? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You know we're not going to do in the stream? We're not going to try to get people fired. We're not going to try to get people canceled. We're not going to read screenshots of texts that have been sent to us. But we are going to talk about some shit. So
this was, I have to put this comment on the screen because I did see this and I haven't had a chance to respond, I don't think, but Brittany emailed me and she told me that I reminded her of her late lesbian grandmother. And that really touched me and made me feel so good.
Otherwise known as her late grandmother. You do?
Yeah.
How would your life have been different if your grandmother was lesbian?
If she had been like a hippie lesbian, if she had been like some kind of crunchy. Have you ever seen, there are these two women I think they're on Instagram. They're called Your Gay Aunts.
No. And it sounds like Brattleboro, Vermont all over again is what it sounds
exactly.
Like.
And they're always dressed up for pickleball. and they take you on these, like, they take you on pickleball dates, or they take you golfing, and they give you life advice, and I absolutely love them. That's the kind of aunt I wanna be. I don't wanna be dressed for pickleball because I think pickleball sucks, but, I love them. I love your gay aunts. Go find
No
them.
offense to the pickleball players in our chat right now, but Mel
No,
is a
I don't care if
serious
I offend you. The
level
sound of
12
your
tennis player.
wooden paddles clacking on those balls
Yeah,
interrupts my tennis game, and it pisses me off.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. You know that
So
there was this article, in the New York Times, like, last year, the year before, about the rise in popularity of pickleball and how, the sound, the rackets hitting the ball sound is the same frequency as a dump truck backing up. That, like,
yeah,
beep, beep,
yeah,
it's the
yeah.
same so it gets
Ugh.
it, like, hits people the same as that. So,
Yes.
anyway,
Oh,
um,
yeah, so she knows who I'm talking about. Yeah, they both wear visors, and I friggin' love them. I love them.
like me with pasta grannies. I love pasta grannies.
Wait, is this my Ashley Frost? I think I have a relative in the chat. Ashley, is that
Oh,
you?
she says, "You
Thanks
are
for
a
the
fun
tip, by
gay
the way.
aunt."
That's true, I think I am. I do give 0 fucks, honey. My Ashley is my, let's see if I can remember. She is my stepsister-in-law.
Okay.
No, yeah, kind of. She's Lindsay's stepsister,
Okay, she's your
but we're not really
stepsister-in-law.
married.
Yeah.
So
It
so
still
that's the
counts
only
as
way
in-laws. I
I
mean,
don't really know how to say it, so yeah, Ashley's here.
your
Hey, Ash.
would-be stepsister, your common law stepsister.
My common law stepsister is what Ashley is.
It is her,
Exactly.
yay. That's so funny. And it's so many
So
people asking about, like, people wanna, like, the secret to not giving fucks is getting older. Like, I swear to
mhm,
God. I was talking
mhm,
to a colleague today,
absolutely.
and I worked at my day job for more than 15 years now, and up until, like, 5 years ago, I was still working the office politics to make sure that, like, I was well liked or whatever.
Mhm.
I do not waste a moment on that shit anymore. Like, the people who like me are gonna like me, and the people who don't, like, I'm fine with it. And it used to really bother me if I knew there was, like, a pocket of the office that was
Yep.
like, "Rebecca's a lot," or whatever they would think.
Oh, jeez.
Uh, "Rebecca gets so much done, and it makes us look bad," or whatever the hell they're saying about
Oh
me.
my god.
I'm just literally making up
Like
things that make
backhanded
I'm
comments.
making up things that make me sound better. "Rebecca's so pretty," stuff like that. I'm just making that
Mhm.
up. But
Rebecca
but
is
I
so
used to
pretty.
really care if I found out someone through the grapevine didn't like me, I'd be like, "Oh," and now I'm like, "Well, they can go fuck themselves, it's fine. We just
Mhm.
work together, it's not my life, it's just my job."
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm really getting to the point, like, I actually feel bad for, like, our kids because they are teenage girls, and so they worry what everyone thinks,
Yeah.
and I hate that I used to feel that way, and I hate that
Mhm.
they feel that way. Ugh,
Yeah.
it's awful.
Do you
Like, I
care
wish
what
that we
Tommy
were
Paul thinks watching this, if he's watching?
I really don't. I wish that Joe Paul would come on, and I wish that we could get him a Tommy Paul merch shirt
Mm.
so he could wear that. Maybe it has a popped collar, maybe he could wear, like, Oakley's backward on
Yes.
his head,
Yes.
and he could talk to us about, tech stream data and how, Lexus's work.
We have a viewer who's also a Crime Writers listener named Bethany. It's
Mhm.
also, like, she's a lawyer. She's also a very talented artist and, like, graphic designer, and she's made us a couple of
Mhm.
cool things, and she is
Yep.
working on Tommy Paul logo for us.
Did you see the DANCE logo?
I did.
That
Yeah,
was perfect. If
that
that
was
had
Alex
existed
Oliveira.
at the
Yeah.
time, I would have put that on everything.
Yeah, we
That's
should I mean, if we're gonna use it, like, we should use it. If people would be interested in buying a tote bag or whatever, I'll fucking make them with our merch thing on them because,
God.
I'm sure Alex won't mind if we use it, and if we make $1,000,000 off of it, I'll give him a cut, which we're not going to do.
Of course. Yes, of course. Speaking of $1,000,000, thank you all so much for the tips. I'm constantly blown away. We had a couple of big tips which we talked about, on the regular episodes. Somebody tipped us 500 and somebody else tipped us like 250 and
God damn it.
150. But then all of the little tips too are I so appreciate them because they do add up and they do help. Like, for instance, not that I want to go down this like path of talking about money or anything like that, because you know how I feel about money. But like we're using StreamYard, which is how we are doing this live with you right now, and how we have all these graphics on the screen and how your comments show up on the screen. But we have to like pay for that kind of stuff. And that's the only way that you can get it. You can't just do like the regular free StreamYard thing.
Ooh,
So
we've got a troll in the comments, my friend. We've got a troll.
we do.
Yes, we do.
Ew.
I love that. That means we've made it.
Ew, a mushroom tip. What's a mushroom tip?
That means
Anybody know?
I think that means a dick is what that means.
We have a dick in the comments.
Yes, I love that for us.
Oh,
Honestly, it
can I-
means if people spend an ounce of energy thinking about you in a negative way,
You know what I can do?
what?
It says put user in timeout. I'm gonna
No,
do it.
don't do that.
Oh, come on, I wanna put someone in timeout.
Maybe later. We'll see if they're trolling more, we'll maybe
All
do that.
right. Howdy 1 million. Come at me, bruh. Anyway, what I was saying is, before Mushroom Tip popped his head in, thank you so much for the tips, y'all. I really, really appreciate you. I added the Cash App, which is not on. So we have the Venmo and we have Cash App now. And then a bunch of people have signed up for membership. So we're doing this live tonight and it's open to everyone. But I think in the future, it's probably just going to be members. We'll figure that out.
Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see. But yeah, so thanks to everybody. I really appreciate y'all. And it made my Christmas happier.
Hey, can I
How
just
was your Christmas? Oh,
can I
yeah,
just
sorry,
throw something out there about Christmas that I just wanted to mention because
Mm-hmm.
okay. Honey baked ham. I know it's probably horrible for you. I know that it is, right? But like my kids were coming over, we're just gonna hang out, and you know, it's a brunchy thing, and we make like an egg casserole and like a French toast casserole, and just like get lots of charcuterie shit and whatever. And I was like, I'm gonna buy honey baked ham because I've made hams in the past, and I just don't feel like fucking doing that. I'm gonna order one in the mail. It is so good, and I like the name brand super processed foods. I'm always like, whatever. So good. I know it's full of chemicals, and it will 100% give me ass cancer or some shit, but like 100% worth it. I just ate a hunk of it before I came down here. That's how my Christmas was. It was fantastic is what it was.
Honey baked ham. Did you put the pineapples and the cherries on it?
No, I just did what they say, warm it up to room temperature and just serve it room temperature. You don't have to heat it up. If you want to heat it up, you can, but you don't have to. And it's delicious. Delicious. So anyway.
I am not a ham fan.
Yeah. People wait hours in line for those hams. I know. And I've always been like, why? That seems silly.
They
you can just buy a
do?
ham at Market Basket. And the hams at Market Basket are fine, like the pre-made hams, but like the honey baked ham, it was salty as hell, a little bit sweet, really good. Anyway, that's my hot tip. They're expensive. But if you're lazy like me, you don't care about that.
Everybody in the chat loves ham.
Yeah. Ham is good.
I don't think so.
Is there a correlation between being a lesbian and not liking ham?
Pork? No, I like pork.
You like pork is good.
I love bacon. I love pepperoni. I love prosciutto. I love everything.
You like the cured meats. You like the nitrites. You just don't like ham. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going well off topic here with our ham. How was your Christmas? Was it fun?
It was busy. Let me tell you. We go to West Virginia for Lindsay's family every year, and so we usually leave Christmas morning and then drive. It's like 2.5 hours from here. And then we do 3 Christmases in a row. Like we start at 3:00. We do our Christmas here. We start at 3:00. We do 3 more. And then we're just like, we don't even remember our own names by the end of the night. But this year we decided to go up on Christmas Eve. So we did our Christmas here. And then we did our 3 Christmases on Christmas Day. And that was so much better.
Yeah.
But it was a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of people. Very, very different groups of people. We've got Lindsay's mom and stepdad are like very low key, laid back, a little bit more liberal. And then we go to her mom's sister and they're like the partiers, like her. This is really funny to me. Lindsay's mom's sister, her Aunt Joyce, for all the girls at Christmas, that means like Lindsay and all of her cousins that are female. And I guess maybe it's couples. I don't really know. She got every single one of them the same gift. And it was, oh shit. Who's that woman? Why can't I'm having a menopause moment. It doesn't matter. She got them all boxes of lube. I don't know why, but here's the best part about it. Ready? She got all of the straight couples boxes of lube. She also got us a box of lube, but she got us a little bitty one.
Oh, well, you don't need that much, because you guys make each other so hot. By the way, do not stand in line for honey baked ham. They will mail that shit to your house. No need to stand in line for it.
Are we really still talking about ham?
No, somebody said there's long lines for it. I'm like, just don't do it.
It's making my stomach.
Sorry. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on from Christmas.
And then,
let's move on.
All right. Well, so we go to her dad's house, and her dad's house is like the one where there's like, the guns, and a lot, like 2 of the people that were there got the Charlie Kirk Freedom t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, my face, I was like, Oh my God.
You should get one.
But we have the best time there
Yeah, of course.
because they're all crazy and funny. And like, I don't know. So we did that and we stayed until Sunday. So we came back yesterday
Yeah.
and it was pretty good. I ate a bunch of shitty food, like not shitty as in the food that they gave me was bad. It was just not the best for me.
Yeah.
But for the first time in a long time, I didn't really feel guilty about that.
Yeah. I'll tell you, you know, some of the most fun people I know, I can never talk about any like social or political issues with, but they are like the most fun. So it just goes to show that we are all people. I mean, I'd say 80% of us are people.
I think that's also why we get along with Turtleboy. I mean, like he and I are on opposite ends of the spectrum. Oh, wait, one other thing. I got a mini chainsaw for Christmas.
Nice.
Like handheld, I can sit on the couch with it. Not that I would sit on the couch with it.
Be careful with it.
Why?
Because chainsaws are dangerous.
It's little. It's like this big.
You're not supposed to use a chainsaw when there's no one else home. I'm just going to leave it there.
Really?
Everyone in New Hampshire knows that.
Oh, well, every time I go to the garage in my little wood shop, I injure myself and I have to be like, hey, babe, can you come down with the peroxide? Because I've like last week I was using a handheld router. Do you know what that is?
I know what all the tools are.
I wanted to ask. I didn't want to assume that everybody knows what a router is, but I was using
I know what a planer is. I know what a router is. I know what a reciprocal saw is. I know all of it. Reciprocating saw.
I'm using a handheld router, and I use my router not just to make grooves and things like that. I use it to make artistic designs. And so I'm like making these wave patterns on this wood, and the router caught a knot in the wood, flipped out of my hand, jumped onto my pants, wrapped itself around my pants, and gouged in a huge hole in my leg.
Oh.
And then it caught on fire. So not only do I have a huge gouge in my leg, but I'm like, babe, bring the peroxide.
Yeah,
so.
bring and the fire extinguisher for my pants.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So, but everything's fine. So I should be fine with a chainsaw.
You'll be totally fine. Nothing bad could possibly happen. Guys, if you like our show, enjoy it while it lasts. That's all I'm going to say. Because Mel is irreplaceable and she does all the work to put this shit together. So.
Oh, that's very sweet of you.
So yeah.
Speaking of Aiden, we were talking right before we came on that we're both just like totally fucking over all this stupid drama. I'm so over it. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yes. So I had this like thought a couple days ago, which is that, you know, I've seen Turtleboy do some things, really objectionable things on the internet. Like we've talked about this. It's not news. It wouldn't be news to him to hear me say it. Like after the Charlie Kirk murder, like, you know, he was posting things about people who should get fired because of things they said about Charlie Kirk. And that's like exactly the kind of thing he says people shouldn't do, but he was doing it. And, you know, he can be very hypocritical in that way. And I think he'd be the first person to admit it if challenged. But I really see what's happening in the now virulent anti-Turtleboy camp as increasingly disturbing, more disturbing to me than when he does shit he shouldn't be doing or things that I objectively think are wrong. Because what I see is people behaving not only like the very worst that Turtleboy can be, they're also behaving like McAlberts. They're behaving like Cowboy Fan 105, who people have told me is Chris Albert. I don't know if that's true, but they're behaving like those people. They're saying things that so cross a line, wishing that people would go to prison, wishing that somebody's life would be destroyed. It's like, I don't know how you can, say a year from now, feel good about any of this. Like, what is your desired outcome? What would you feel good about? Right. So I think that like, I'm very comfortable saying that, like, you know, post all of this. If Turtleboy and I have a falling out or whatever, like I'm never going to think about it ever again. Just right. I am certainly not going to make my life's mission to create content about how much I hate somebody. And I'm not. I mean, I can tweet all I want about the McAlbert fundraiser and them using my name or whatever, but you know, it's the holidays and I've completely fucking forgotten about it until you and I sat down 15 minutes ago and I was like, oh, I should check that. I haven't looked at it for like a week and a half. Like, it's just not my life. And I just feel like it's sad that people have made this their whole personality and their whole lives. And it's unhinged. And it's virulent, like that nothing good can come from it. Even if you get your desired outcome, that is not a good outcome for like a bunch of people. So, yeah, I'm really, it's tainted a lot of things for me, which bums me out. Like I know that you told me that Karen, Rita, Nick Rocco are like starting a channel or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
they launched it today, I
I
think. I
would have
mean,
been
it's been out
interested
for a
in that.
while.
I would have been interested in that a couple months ago. And
Yeah.
now I'm like, I'm really not interested in that. I mean, I really want to keep up with the case. I really want to do all the things that like we've been doing. We're gonna keep up with
Right.
the civil case. I'm really pro Joe's justice. We're gonna do all the twists and turns and the filings. We're gonna talk about one of the filings in a few minutes. But like I just the projection of discontent and hate and just having that become people's whole personalities, it's objectionable. And I think there are some people who are doing a very good job walking the line. They can appear different places, they can support different people, and they have and a lot of people have just gone off the deep end in a way that it makes me really sad, and I'm kind of over it. So that's where I am with it.
Agreed. And Melanie Little put out a video because she's been very pro Karen Reed this whole time, and she's also very much pro Turtleboy. And she put out this very quick, maybe it was in one of her lives, I'm not really sure, but they put it on Instagram or whatever. And she basically was like, I don't understand why we can't support both. Like, I don't understand why we have to be anti Karen or anti Turtleboy. They are two separate people. They have two separate things going on.
Right.
Like, Turtleboy, I hate calling him Turtleboy. Aiden is.
I prefer calling him Turtleboy personally.
Really?
It's funnier to
Every
me.
time I say it, I know it is funny, but I feel like an idiot. But so Turtleboy is, he's still facing 100 years in prison, and I don't understand.
No,
why
he's not. He's not facing 100 years in prison. Like, come on.
It was 105 until.
Oh, we got another troll. Hello, Jean. We see you. Okay, go ahead.
Wait. Oh yeah, that's me. I'm a dude. Yeah. I mean, I do look like Billy Bush and Keir Starmer. So, so the thing for me is that the reason why I support Aiden, and I can leave it at this too. The reason I support him is because he worked so hard to get these stories out, and he is a journalist, and he was trying to expose corruption, which he was trying to expose corruption within this thin blue line, which doesn't necessarily go with his politics.
Right.
And it's the same reason why I will listen right now to if there's a supporter out there of somebody who I disagree with politically, and they make a change and start speaking out and talking about how either they were wrong or they're fighting for the right reasons, I'm going to support them all day.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we can't just kick people out from under the tent. We need a big tent.
You can't like pretend people aren't people when they do things, when they make mistakes, or when everybody's a person. I feel the same way about like the Meredith of it all. I really feel like people are really troubled. And I what I see there is a truly troubled and unhappy person. And it's deeply sad. It's deeply sad to see the threats, to see this other person does this and I'm going to post this, to see, I mean, it's also unethical. It's unethical to post some of the things that those folks have been posting. It's unethical. It's like you would be all over it if he did it. And he has done it, and you've been all over him for it. And now you are doing it, but it's worse because it's not communications between the two of you. It's communications between him and his legal team or whatever. I find that to be, I don't care if he's done it in the past. I don't care. It's still wrong. It's wrong if he does it. And it's really wrong if other people do it. It's just wrong, period. So it's hard for me to get on board with anybody who's doing blatantly unethical shit. And, I feel like I can say that to him. Like I have said that to him. Like I completely disagree with this bullshit thing you did, or like whatever. And he can take it, and we can just like, okay, we're not.
Well, we can have a dialogue. We can debate.
Like, I would never ever, for an enemy of mine on the internet, as much as of an enemy as that is, or even an ex. I had an ex. I was divorced. That's the worst kind of fucking ex you can have. And I never said a word publicly about him. And it was the right thing to do, because fast forward 10 years, it's been, 18 years now. We get along really well. Yeah. But for like a few years there, I was very tempted to flame him publicly because, in my mind, he did some unforgivable things. I think that he would agree with that now. But it was the right thing to do, to not do that. It was the right thing to do. He's a human being. He was the father of my kids. I never even sent him a dirty text. I never sent him a nasty, mean email or text. I got a lot of inbound ones. Never replied. It was the right thing to do because I can look back at that and say, not feel superior, but say like I don't hate a portion of myself from the past. And I just really feel bad. That's how these folks are going to feel in a few years. It is. They may think they're doing just and right now, but they're not, and they're gonna feel it in the future, just like he's feeling it now. I think he's having a lot of regrets now, and he's not happy about the choices he's made.
Well, that's this comment. Laura said, Aiden's been no drama for a couple weeks now. He deserves some credit for trying. And I think his internet moms, Rebecca, Melanie Little, Emily C, get some credit for inspiring him to try. I'd agree with that. I mean, Aiden, seeks your advice quite often. And I think that you are a voice of calm to him. I think you're probably like, you have that, big sister energy. And I do think he understands that it's getting really messy, and he doesn't totally know how to control himself, but I think he's working on it.
Right.
And I can say,
I've always assumed my conversations with him might be being recorded. I've always assumed that. Like, I know how he operates. I know how he works. And what I also don't like is the weaponization of the word wiretapping. It's like, these are the same people who were complaining about the McAlberts doing that, weaponizing the witness intimidation statute.
Yeah.
Now you're weaponizing it. And technically he shouldn't have done that. Like, absolutely not. That being said, he's not being prosecuted for it right now. And the fact that you're trying to get somebody prosecuted for a thing that you are weaponizing because you don't like them for other reasons. It's wild to me. And, I always assume in a phone call, in anything, like you don't say something that you wish you could unsay later. You don't do that shit. I would have with you. I don't think you're recording me, but I also wouldn't say something to you that I can't unsay later. I wouldn't. Right. Even if I decided I fucking hated you. Yeah. Mel.
What?
Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. No. Jesus, no.
Did anyone? Honey said, did anyone watch the Emily C. Marbury Mad sidebar reads? I watched some of it. I thought it was too. Yeah, I thought it was really funny when Corey was dressing up to play AJ and Yannetti. It was hard for me to listen to because I don't know. I had a hard time.
You just want to read them.
It in.
You just want to read them.
I just want to read them.
Same.
Yeah. And not only do I want to read them, I want somebody to go, here's exactly what was happening. Like, I have to go back and look at what was happening in court at the time.
But it's also a transcript. It's not just the sidebars. It's a transcript of the whole.
I know. Yeah. But I want to watch, I want to read the sidebar and watch the testimony and hear it. I need to do that on my own. I know that is a lot.
I just want to read them. I just want to read them. So, look, someone's acknowledging that you're a lesbian. Isn't that sweet? So sweet. Yeah, it's wonderful. But I definitely have, I feel like the sidebars have really confirmed my strongly held opinions about Bev Cannoni. They really have.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. Cause you have one of your friends are they related to her?
No, they used to work with her for a long time in the public defender's office in Massachusetts. And I know I met a lawyer who is a listener of Crime Writers On. Thanks, Biffy Jibs. I've met also the what is that, like Jabba the Hutt or whatever? There, I can't tell. Is it Humpty
I think
Dumpty?
It's Humpty Dumpty.
Oh, it's probably been co-opted by some evil. Has Humpty Dumpty now?
Probably like the frog. Yeah.
Anyway, so so he used to work with her in the public defender's office for a long time. And we also met a listener who said the same exact thing. Used to work with her. She was a real mentor to my friend. He loved her. She was whip smart. She was an incredibly good, sharp lawyer and was like a mentor to all of the younger lawyers. And he told me that the person he saw in the courtroom for the Karen Reed case, and he wasn't watching a lot of it, but he'd look at clips and whatever, was absolutely not the same person that he used to work with. He did not recognize her. And I have long felt as if, and I'm not a doctor and I'm not diagnosing her with anything, but I do think she's had some decline in her interest and her abilities to do this job. I'm not going to do the freaking thing that they did to Dr. Leposada and be like, do you have any issues with memory? I'm not going to do that bullshit. But I think that she has lost interest and ability to do this particular work. And I think that really bears out in the sidebars, because it seems like she doesn't really know the rules of her own courtroom. She has to look things up.
Or the case.
Yeah. And so the
Ugh.
one that really stuck out to me was after when in trial 1, when Brian Albert was testifying and then he was being cross-examined. In the middle of his cross-examination, there was a break, and then he came back on and he was asked, who did you talk to during the break? And he said, "Hey, Ruby." And he said he talked to Brennan. No, he said he talked to Lally. And they were like, "That's not good." And and then he was like, "What did you ask? What did they talk about?" "Oh, we just talked about timing or whatever." And then Lolly, they had a sidebar about it, and they were like, "Bullshit." They're like, "He cannot talk to the prosecutor in the middle of his cross-examination." And she's like, "I need to look up the rules around this." And I ran this by my lawyer friends, and they were all like, "Nobody should need to look up. That she should have at least said, don't do that anymore, Mr. Lally. Like, knock it off." That even if what they were saying was super innocent, like the sandwiches are over there, there's a perception of impropriety that that a judge should not want to taint a proceeding. And over and over and over again, you sort of see her not understand that her decisions have consequences in the moment for the case, but they also have consequences for the public perception of the case, which is not unimportant. It's not like, not just with this case, with any case, like the trust in the judicial system is deeply important. And not getting that, and not being efficient about it, and being set about it, understanding it, is really problematic. And so I feel like reading these, I'm really like reading I'm going inside the mind of a person who's a little in over their heads, like kind of lost in the process.
Like on her way out the door. Yeah. Somebody, Tony said the trial channel is putting together the sidebars next to the testimony. So I am very excited about that. And yes, Crease, you are right. Dr. Russell was the one who was asked about her memory.
That's right. Do you have memory issues?
No. I know. But I love the name La Posada, so that also stuck in my head.
She was also badass. She was great.
Also, both of our hair jobs are gross. Both of us look batshit crazy, and we both look like we'd have an impossible time explaining what a female is. But they're going to block us so that they can keep their sanity.
That's good. You shouldn't be here. If you feel that way, this is not the place. We don't want to increase your level of unhappiness. If like interacting with us and watching us makes you angry or unhappy, I would move along. We're okay.
I mean, what a waste of energy. Yeah. Let's see. I'm just said, let me put this up on the screen so you can read it too. Bev wasn't checking out because of memory. She was looking for a way to rule against the defense. Do you think that that's true, Rebecca?
Potentially. But I also see, and we saw it in court too. If you watch the trial through the lens of, this is somebody who has a lack of interest and potentially some decline in ability, whatever that means. If you watch it through that lens, which was what I believed after watching trial 1, and that was the lens through which I saw it. And that also, by the way, I think that decline also accounts for the inherent trust in the prosecution, because I think that a judge assumes very often, and you see this all the time. You see it in appeals. You see it especially in appeals, because you see higher courts just assuming that the judge was above board and the prosecution was above board. It's very, very common for like judicial types to sort of assume that the prosecution is above board. But she was blind to the fact that they were not. She wasn't just like, I mean, she really, really was blind to it. I think that she heard about the internet conspiracy stuff, as it was labeled by the McAlberts and Morrissey early. She heard about it. She was drawn into it with the anti-Bev stuff. And I think she was really pissed off when they asked her to recuse herself because of this perception of bias. I think it really pissed her off. I think it stuck in her craw. And from that moment on, she was very locked into this idea that the prosecution was behaving in good faith and the defense was not. And I think that that's what drove a lot of this. And I think that was driven by a lack of interest and a lack of ability to continue doing this work. That's my opinion. I don't think she's friends with the McAlberts and she wanted to screw Karen Reed. That's I don't think it's coming from that. I think it's coming from this other thing.
And I think an added extra layer on top of all that was that she just loathed Alan Jackson, and she
Yeah.
hated that he was pro hoc vice, and she hated the media circus that he
Yep.
brought to the case.
Yeah.
And because it put her in the spotlight too. Tony and I agree. Tony said she
Did you
also
notice
hated
that?
AJ.
Did you notice that she always wanted court to end early? Always.
Oh yeah.
Did court ever
Always.
go past 4 o'clock or 4? Never. And it's
I
like
mean, she needed a nap.
I'm not going to use the expression sundowning, although I just did. But she
You just
very
did.
much read to me as somebody who did not have the stamina to
Yeah.
make it till 5 every day, or to make it till 4:30 and end strong and be like, yeah, this is, if you only have 15 minutes left, let's keep going. She'd always be like, how much longer is this going to take? How
It's
much,
interesting.
whatever. Yeah.
Kayla was saying her history is as a defense-friendly
Correct.
judge.
Well, she
I
was a
would love to
public
know more.
defender. She was
Yeah,
a
right.
defense lawyer for many,
Right.
many years. So she has changed. I mean, what I've heard from now 2 lawyers who worked with her directly is that not just her decision making, but her affect has changed appreciably. Like, they do not recognize the person that they saw in the courtroom, and they found it deeply sad. And so, I'm like, it's really too bad that what that's resulted in is a real fuckery of justice. But
Yeah.
like, reading the sidebars is not contradicting that for me so far. I mean, granted, there might be some stuff in the future where I'm like, okay, I was fucking wrong. Because I'll admit it when I'm fucking wrong.
I'm pretty, I'm not surprised by the sidebars. I was hoping we were going to find out a little bit of information that we didn't really know, but I mean,
trial 2, I bet we will.
Yeah, for sure. And then anything around Michael Proctor's testimony, I am very interested to read those sidebars. The Grave Concerns Day was beyond wild. What day was that?
That was the day where Hank Brennan brought up that this was the day in pretrial hearings where the bill had come up, because he had gotten all these documents, and he saw the defense sent over the stuff, and he saw the bill from ARCA that had come in July or August after the first trial was over in July. And the defense was like, let me give you the whole timeline. We asked, we didn't know we were going to get billed, and they didn't know they were going to bill us, but then they did, and we paid it. Then we asked the feds, should we pay this? Because we were still working under the assumption that they were on the feds' payroll, and the feds said for their time and travel, yes, we should pay them. Mm-hmm. And so they did, and they didn't feel the need to disclose it at that time because the trial was over. But at the time that he said they weren't being paid, because he asked one of them on the stand, I think it was Rentschler on the stand, are you being paid? And he said no. So she then got it in her head that Jackson was lying, and that potentially the ARCA guys were lying. And there was a long thing where he was saying she sanctioned him. And then she gave Karen Reed the opportunity to fire him. She was basically like, are you sure you want this guy representing? There's a long sidebar about that. And Karen was like, I do. Yeah, it's fine. It's fucking fine.
Do you remember, I remember that day, and we were like, oh shit, is she going to kick him out of her courtroom? Is he done on this case? How is this what's going to happen here?
Yeah.
She, that's the problem. In this case, she missed the nuances.
Yep.
She missed, she would go, everything was black and white to Bev in both trials. She just missed all these nuances. And it was because of her bias. It was because how she felt about AJ. It was because of the media storm. It was because of, Turtleboy. It was because of Morrissey, and she just couldn't see all the idiosyncrasies. And and Amy says she's no Judge Diane.
Yeah, I mean, if Morrissey told Beverly Cannoni, which I'm certain he did, that the federal investigation was driven by Alan Jackson, because that's been a talking point throughout this whole thing, right? Then she would think the federal investigation wasn't done in good faith. Right. And so if you think about that, if you think about what her relationship, her genial working relationship was probably always like with Morrissey, because he is the DA of that district, right? And so if they'd known each other for a long time, if they had a decent working relationship, if he said something like that to her, she probably took it at face value. And because she doesn't have the acuity anymore, I think she took a lot of things at face value. And so she didn't trust Alan Jackson. He wasn't from here. But then she'd even said to Yannetti, that's not the law in Massachusetts. And she was wrong.
She was wrong.
A bunch of times she was wrong. And you saw that demonstrated in the Walsh case, that a judge can run their courtroom any way they want. If she said that's the rule in my courtroom, she would have been right. But she said a couple of times, the law in Massachusetts, you can't do that. And yet he was like, I've never seen that, but he didn't want to. There's also really strict rules around how lawyers can speak to judges.
Right.
And Giannetti knew to not cross that line. So he was,
Mhm.
he had the patience of a saint.
Ugh.
So anyway.
But he did disagree with her, and I really appreciated, like when they were talking about the what is it called? The verdict slip. And she was like, "Come on, Yannetti, this is how we do it here." And he was like, "I have never seen this before.
That's right.
I don't know what you're
That's right.
talking
And
about."
that we
Yeah.
never state the reasons for objections. That when it's like, no, that's okay for you to say that in your courtroom. I don't do
Yeah.
that, but it's not a
Yeah.
law.
Right.
Yeah. So someone
You
is saying that I'm not saying that the federal investigation was started by Alan Jack. That's not what I'm saying.
Mm-mm.
What I'm
Mm-mm.
saying is I've seen that talking point in the ether, and it's not hard to imagine that Morrissey also repeated that talking point. And I think about hallway conversations
Yes.
in courthouses. The thing that you'll know, like I've done a lot of true crime writing and true crime reporting, and every time we wrote a book about a real case, you interview the defense team and you interview the prosecutor. And sometimes if you're lucky, you get an interview with the judge if they're no longer on the bench and so we've done all three. They all know each other and they are all friendly. Like a courtroom is not a place of adversaries. It's not. It's all people that have been to a bunch of lunches together. They see each other in the hallway. They treat each other like professionals, and it's like you can be a really you could be Rosemary Scapiccio, and up there going blah blah blah, my client's innocent, and the prosecutor can be like, no, they're guilty, and in the hallway they're like, hey, good morning, because that's how lawyers are. They're a congenial, generally speaking, group of colleagues. And she did not treat Alan Jackson that way. And then she started not treating Yannetti that way. And she definitely didn't treat Alessi that way. But I bet she had that relationship with Morrissey. And she probably had that relationship with Yannetti before this trial. So, yeah. Anyway, that's all I have to say.
Yeah. Breenan's deviated septum says the court closes at 4 p.m. everywhere. It's a union thing with the security. But Judge Diane Frenier's court did not end at 4 p.m. So
right,
I don't know who's right. But also, there are a lot of angry white men who are very concerned about the fact that I'm a lesbian.
I know.
It's so strange.
Listen, let me just explain to you guys. She is. And she's not going to try to turn you, so don't worry.
I'm here and I'm queer. Get fucking used to it, douchebags.
She hasn't tried to turn me, man. Just that's all I can say.
My turning days are over. I told you that.
I think she's
Wait,
safe.
yes, I'm a lesbian. Okay, Liz, I'm a lesbian.
I hope that you are right with all this. I don't want to be glib about something that's actually kind of offensive. You okay?
No, it's so funny to me. Like, I mean, they're probably just bots, for the most part, but it's always funny to me that it's always like a white dude coming into a live stream with two women. They have no idea what we're talking about, and they literally just come in to like drag people. And I'm like, how did we get here in our culture?
It's always been that way. People used to do it in secret. People used to people have always had gay slurs and racial epithets and all that stuff, but they would look around the room before they said them and say them quietly. And now they're not like that anymore. So it is what it is.
I agree with Laura.
Oh, yeah. I don't know about that, Laura.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? Are you kidding me? Okay, this is actually, let me go back to Christmas for a second. So we were sitting in we were at the most conservative place, and it was our third Christmas. It might have even been the next night. I was playing Scrabble with Lindsay's stepmom, who is very Christian, Mormon, and her two daughters, who are a little bit more liberal. And they were complaining about men. They were complaining about their husbands. They were complaining about, having to do all of the childcare, having to do everything. And they were like, wouldn't it be great? Like, what if we just moved in like with our best friend, and two women could like raise children?
Imagine that.
There would be no drama. And I just sat there for a long time, and I was very quiet. And then I went, if you guys need advice about that or want to know how that works, because I live it every day, and they all laughed. Like they're really funny. Oh, Tony gifted
Oh,
5 memberships. That's amazing. That's the first time
nice.
we've been able to say that. I see all these other people on live being able to say
Nice.
that. Now I got to say it. But yeah, so I was like, yeah, if you guys want to know how that works, it actually works really well when 2 women are taking care of the kids and all of the household duties. It
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
I mean, it works in our house. It doesn't work in every house, but
What you're helping us with, Tony, we have a goal to get
oh yeah.
3,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We don't have a membership goal, but we'd love to get more so that we can do lives once a month or whatever. We can do some
Yeah.
non-member lives and then some special member lives like
Yeah.
once a month or whatever. And if we have enough members, that will be very viable. So we appreciate that very, very much. How do I
Yeah,
become a member? I got to become a member of our channel.
You just click the join button, Rebecca.
Okay. All right.
And then you pick
and I've never become a member of
tiers.
any YouTube, so I don't know. I don't know.
Thank you
I always
so much
expect
for-
it's somebody. Sometimes I join like a YouTube stream, and there's like 8,000 people in it commenting, and I'm just like, "Hi everyone," and then I'm like, "It's gone," and I'm like, "Oh, I guess I'm not going to get any hellos back."
Oh, womp womp.
Mm.
Yeah, I've said I don't know where. I just was like, well, we're at 2.61, subscribers, 2,000.
390 subscribers. So if you would subscribe to our channel, tell a friend to do it. Send them our link and be like, subscribe to this.
Yes, please. Yes. I'm a women's soccer fan, so I live in fun lesbian managed spaces a lot. I can see how that would be. Thank you very much. You have to pay for those super chats.
Well, you don't have to pay for anything. We're just reading your comments, folks. You don't have to pay to leave a comment with us. We're easy.
Yeah, I mean,
we're
it's
loose.
nice.
We're loose and free.
I definitely I definitely am trying to figure out like what we're going to be doing for members. I try to, whenever a member comments, I try to take care of that comment and respond, with feeling. But we're still working out like what we're going to do. What do you think? Well, let's do a couple of things here.
We can have some dance stickers made and mail them out to members.
Yes. I really want to do merch. Now that we have fun merch to think about, I really, really, really want to do it. So we have a couple of other updates. I watched the end of the Turtleboy live. I think it was a couple nights ago, the one where he was talking, first of all, about Kelsey Fitzsimmons, who went home finally. The same judge, I don't know why she changed her mind, because if you remember, she was such an asshole in court when she sent Kelsey to jail.
Sorry, we got to get a shout out to Honey Kids. This is how you get noticed on those huge streams.
Aw.
The dance tier. I agree with that.
Yes, the dance tier. I'll make it up. Yeah, so Kelsey went home. She went home to live with her parents until trial. But the judge was basically like, so I guess she's been practicing on this breathalyzer and now she can do it, so she can go home. It's such bullshit. But Aiden did a live to talk about Kelsey, and then the second half of the live. So have you seen this? I don't know if it's new. That LTL channel is saying that it's new body cam footage of the day they seized Karen's phone.
I think that was from a records request. And I did see it.
It was an LTL records request. I think he's the one who did it, that channel.
Yeah, and I did see it, and it is wild. Yeah. So this is when they went in to seize Karen Reed's phones. This is like in February of 2020.
Yeah, but how about all the people that were there?
Yeah.
It was Tully. It was Fanning. I didn't see Proctor. Or I feel like I heard Yuri, but I didn't see him.
The band got back together. All the greatest hits were there.
Yeah. So LTL FOIA. Yeah. So Sweetie No is saying that, and Tony is saying that LTL FOIA'd it. I was watching his stream when he was going through it, and I was watching Aiden's stream because, and this is again where I have respect for Aiden, because he was like, guys, this is terrifying. If you've never been in this situation where you were inside your house and you have 6 or so MSP troopers knocking on your door, trying to get inside, trying to search your home, it's terrifying. And I can understand it completely, And so listening to him talk about this being like his biggest fear, I really appreciated that, because I have the same kind of fear, and I can't imagine. I saw Karen's face in that video and she looked terrified. I'm so glad her dad was there. Yeah. I'm so glad he thought to call Alan Jackson on the phone. Yeah.
That's your rights, man. Those are your rights. You have a right.
Can you imagine if she had been on her own and she had to deal with it? Like,
yeah. This is
Did you
why,
hear
by
what
the
she said
way,
at the end of the?
yeah, she said when they took her phone and she said, "Good luck, you're going to need it."
Good luck, you're gonna need it. I was like, oh, Karen, you're not supposed to say anything. She just can't help herself. It's
She
just so
can't help but
funny.
antagonist. She's a poker. She's like a
Yeah, she is.
poke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why she gets along or got along with certain people at certain
Mhm.
times. Because Alan Jackson is a total poker.
Yes.
Obviously, Aiden Carney is a poker, like this whole like niggling. And I think it makes sense. And I've said this before. Karen Reed not wanting to, be attached to the Aiden Carney brand after the trial makes sense if there could be pending other things happening for her. And we heard that they were trying to get her for witness intimidation. They still have her devices. Like they're trying to get that shit still from her phones. And so it makes sense to me. I think the way it was handled was very poor. And I think that if it had been handled differently, we might not be where we are today. But I respect the legal strategy there. I just wish there had been better communication around the legal strategy there. Buckle up, you're gonna need it. Someone says they said anyway. Yeah. Did you see that they had to look at the Free Karen Reed like signage in her garage as they were walking in?
But also, how about when I don't know who was holding? I feel like it was Yuri. It sounded like Yuri's voice, but I don't know. Whoever was holding Karen's phone and was
it
like,
somebody else with a Ukrainian accent?
In theory,
all those officers in this case, Ukrainian accent.
I put in a theory joke. So he like turns the phone on and he goes, "Oh, she reset it." Did you see Tully's face?
Yeah.
And he went, "Oh, okay." And it was just like, yeah, dumbasses, she's fucking smart. Like I would have done the same thing. Like she knew that they were going to be coming for her phones, and she knew that they were going to twist whatever they found in her phones. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm glad she did it. And then she couldn't help herself to get that comment in at the end. It was
but we're
amazing.
not, but I have mixed feelings about that. I think that she protected herself and did a great job at that. But at least she gave them the device. And they can also pull, by the way, there's other ways to get stuff, from your phone usage that I don't know if they availed themselves of. It doesn't seem like they did.
Yeah.
But I don't know why it reads different than throwing your phone away in a dumpster and your SIM card in a different dumpster, but it does.
Okay. As I was saying it, I was like, I'm going to have to deal with the whole Higgins argument here. But at the same time, like, yes, I agree with you. But when someone is innocent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. So I don't blame Higgins for talking to an attorney before he dealt with the investigation. I don't blame him. Everybody should.
Everybody should talk to an attorney.
Even if you're Brian Walsh and you have searches on your thing that say, how do I dismember my wife and hide her torso?
You're never going to let me live this down.
You should get legal counsel. Like, I think he was so stupid to talk to the police without a lawyer present. He's so stupid. Like, you should. Even if you did it, you should. But if your friend calls you and says, hey, you're about to get a subpoena for your stuff, you only have today to throw away your shit. That does to me read different than, wiping your thing. If I don't know, it reads different. That's fine. I can be hypocritical about it. I'm comfortably Tully. Yes. Tully is obviously the locus of a bunch of these things, as is Sergeant Goode. We found out.
Sergeant Goode.
Goode is now he's on suspension, which I think we talked about in the last show, right? And clearly there's something real bad about Goode. Karen Reed is now trying to get a bunch of materials from him for her civil case.
Yes.
And he's been ignoring the subpoena for a month and a half.
Yes, he has. I wonder if he's trying to figure out how to get all of his information out of the cloud. Sergeant No Good.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know.
He's a funny one. LTL was making an interesting point because a lot of the paperwork that was signed off on for the phones and for a couple of other things, I don't remember what it all was, but there was this guy, a sergeant or a MSP trooper named Pye, Pye.
Yep.
I've never seen his name. I don't know who he is, but he signed off on all this stuff. And it's like, he was making the point, was he being used as a patsy? Like, was Proctor just using him? I don't know. No.
Pye. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy Pye.
I'm fascinated. One of the things that fascinates me about the Canton stuff is that I told you I hadn't looked at the PR, the Give Send Go PR McAlbert page in a while. I just looked at it right before we came on. And the new anonymous gift, like the $500, $300, is the new anonymous thing to say is Canton resident here wishing you whatever. Friend from Canton, real person from Canton. And I'm like, oh, that's the new Rebecca Lavoie, is the friend from Canton, because they're trying to create this impression that the silent majority of Canton, Massachusetts feels excellent. It's so funny. I was just down visiting my mother-in-law. My husband's dad died on December 26, 2021 from COVID in the hospital. So it's his 5-year anniversary of his left. No, the 28th. Sorry, he died right after Christmas 5 years ago from COVID. And they have a mass for him at their church. My mother-in-law's like really a church person. So we went to the mass this weekend. We went and visited her for Christmas. And she cannot stop thinking and talking about Karen Read. She's like, because she's not like a true crime person at all. And she wasn't into it. She didn't even know that I was doing the readathon. She found this out later. And she's like, and she was talking about people she knows and law enforcement. She's like, so dirty in that part of the state. So dirty. So it's fascinating to me. But also I think in Canton, they want to, the McAlberts do want to create this impression of this, that there is a silent majority. And the silent majority, by the way, it's like part of political framing. The silent majority wants X of the silent majority. And what it does is it makes people who are actually in the minority feel like they're part of a big movement and makes them vocal. Like that's a calculated, known talking point in politics that is used intentionally to get people to be loud with fringe opinions, right? So they're using that, and the page I think is fun. By the way, Denise Galvin, who is the organizer of the whole thing, donated $250. I'm like, what are you doing, dude?
To her own command campaign.
Just stop it. It was just, you can do whatever you want, but it's just so transparent and funny to me. But whatever. Anyway, someone says, are they just recycling donations? They're allowed to do that. So I'm not saying it's illegal or anything. If they are doing that, they could be doing that. I've seen other people do that on other platforms in order to make your donations. And especially if they're coming in waves, once a week or whatever, that's sort of how you can tell, because you can withdraw money weekly and put it back in. They could be doing that. They're doing that because they want to create the impression that is more support than others. They are they're not doing anything illegal at all. It's just funny. Let's think of it as funny.
Probability.
If that's what's happening, think of it as funny. Don't report them to the police or whatever, because there's nothing wrong with that. They're not a 501c3. They're not putting out a 990 this year in which they have to tell the truth. They're just being who they are. So
hey, Chris Denton. Chris Denton just popped in, and they're here, and I'm glad you're here, Chris. Chris
of the honey. Chris and his wife, by the way, have bees.
You told me about them.
And I met Chris and his wonderful wife at an event, a disaster of an event in Dallas, Texas in 2023.
Ooh, Dallas.
And Chris gave me 2 pounds of honey that I proceeded to consume within 3 months because it was that good.
I need to make, I'm going to make this dough that is traditional Italian pizza dough, and it requires honey, and I've got to find some really good honey, so I might have to get some from Chris.
Oh, by the way, the Roberts family also made a donation, also as did the Kelleher family.
Kelleher. Do we remember who Kelleher is? That's the next.
Anyone in the chat want to remember who Kelleher is on our behalf? Firefest 2023. Yes, it was a Firefest. So the silent majority. Yes, Proctor did say that. That is a well-known talking point. So anyway,
did you see the
people
question?
Here who were at the 2023 Dallas event? I love that.
Yes, where did the
Arlo video owner? Yes.
Where did the funding platform end up with your complaint about someone donating in your name? It happened multiple times. Do you want to address that real quick?
Yes, it happened many times. I reported it many, many times. And then somebody donated in my name, and the platform said, we checked, and that name actually matches the name on the payment method for your donation. Now, I know that there's only, and I had checked, there's a couple of dozen Rebecca Lavoies in the whole country, right? And what that tells me is it is likely that somebody set up a payment method, whether it was an online thing or whatever, with my name on it, so that they could make a donation with my name on it to that. Which I'm like, dude, if you're willing to put in that kind of work, just think about think about how sad. That's deeply sad. But after that, there haven't been any. I think that the platform may have told them to knock it off, or maybe they would made a decision that I was being too active in trying to get their thing taken down,
talking about what
which I
they might
wasn't.
be
I didn't.
doing.
I don't give a shit if they have their thing up. Just don't use my name to do it, please.
Yeah. Yeah, and the only other thing that popped up, they never came after me, which I thought was interesting, but somebody did post a donation under the name of Pamela Smart. So
Which
I'm
is
assuming
funny.
that was probably
That
connected
was
to
for
me
you.
somehow. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, someone said if you buy a prepaid card, you can put any name on it.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah, that I
But
know.
I feel like
looked it
that's
up.
a lot of extra work.
It is. It is a lot of extra work. And, if you're willing to do that to make me feel bad, good luck to you. It's not making me feel bad. And when I say I was pissed off, like I was, but I was mostly pissed off for I'm sad for you. I'm mad for you. Like, I am sad that you do this, and I don't care if you do it. I would just prefer that you use Mel's name instead of mine when you do.
Great. Now that's going to happen. We're going to have to deal with that all next week. I had one other update. What was it? Oh, the Jesse Butler case. Do you remember the kid in Oklahoma?
Of course I do. The McRaperson kid.
So one of the victim's families has sued in federal court.
Mm-hmm.
And this is we had that big conversation about victim impact statements.
Yeah.
So I find it interesting because I'm torn, because I do believe that they have grounds to take it to federal court, because it's based on the fact that the victims were kept out of the loop. And
they do have Marcy's Law in that state. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay. I just have to put this on the screen.
Never cease eternity. Hey, that's Alex who made the dance. The dance.
Oh, Alex, if you had made that when I was like 13 years old, I would have put it on everything. I would have tagged everything with it.
Where is that? Is that in our Facebook group so I can show people?
It's in the Facebook. Yeah, it's on the Facebook group.
I'll find it.
I think we can.
By the way, we have a Facebook group. The Something's Off with Mel Rebecca and Rebecca discussion group. You should join it because everybody in it is super fun. And if they're not, I kick them out. Although I haven't had to kick anybody out yet, which has been nice. Someone started a swear jar because of us.
Oh,
I really recommend having it. Like, I was out of cash the other day. I had to I don't know, tip somebody or something. And I came downstairs and raided the swear jar. It was very convenient.
I just swear. I can't. I don't think I'll ever stop. So Alex made this amazing graphic. This was in a couple episodes ago. I don't remember which episode it was, but we were talking about my dance troupe from when I was like 13 years old. It was called DANCE, which means dream and never cease eternity.
One of the greatest stories anyone has ever told me in the history of my whole life.
Oh, you wait, I have some more. The swear jar would bankrupt me too. Oh, sweetie, no. And then Alex went and made a graphic for us that I would really like to put on a t-shirt, or a bag, or a bumper
dance
sticker,
bag,
or something.
A bumper sticker would be great.
This is a follow-up with a Jesse Butler thing. There's also
Alex, send me a DM with that if you're still on the stream so I can show people.
Can you also? I don't think you can put it in the comments.
You can, but we're not that sophisticated. You can screen share and shit from this, but we're not doing that today.
I'm sorry. Joy said there's a whole civil suit. Let me just put this on the screen. There's a whole civil suit from one of the victims against the school, the resource officer, and all that, which is good because that's the other thing. Part of the federal suit too was that he was not kept away from his victims at school. Even though they had the restraining order, he would just approach them, or he would come right up to the bounds of it, and I don't know if I were sitting on the bench and I heard that somebody was approaching people who had accused them of this heinous assault and they were intimidating them, that would be the end of it for me. There would be no leniency because you're not showing any remorse for what you did.
Exactly.
Exactly. And it's the Jesse Butler case is really, it's really bothering me. And then
it's upsetting. It's genuinely upsetting.
Yeah, one of the cases that I haven't told you about yet, which I think I'm going to maybe this week if we decide to record on Thursday. I don't know if we are or not, but one of the cases I really want to talk to you about is the Sam Nordquist case, and they just came out with updated information about the case, which is just even worse than I thought it was. So I really want to tell you about that case, and I will update that as soon as I can. But if anyone out there who hasn't listened to my episodes about Sam on the In Between podcast, I just did I revisited one of the episodes with some of the updated information for my Black Week. So please go and share Sam's story. It's like, on the level of like Matthew Shepard, basically.
Yeah.
But it's not getting enough attention. And I feel like it's not getting enough attention because Sam was a Black trans kid. So but yeah, so please share that story. Oh, we have passed the hour mark. I think
That's all right.
I know.
Hey, Mystical, I care about you a lot, Mystical, just so you know. Just say, I think nobody cares. I love it. I honestly love the trolls. I really feel for them. Alex sent me the picture.
Sad. Oh, good.
Let me see if I can.
Yes. If you text that to me right now, I can put it in the chat on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Becky was like, here, let me put this up. This is about the Jesse Butler case. Mommy knocking on the door when she heard one of the victims and walking away. I couldn't believe it, Becky. I was like, and then to watch her after that happened, probably having that inkling that there was a kid in her son's room who was in trouble. And then after that happened during their arrest video, acting like her son was some friggin' saint. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. There was another murder in a motel right down the road from where Sam was held. Really? I'll have to look into that. I didn't know that, Jody. Wait, there's a new... Have you heard of the Derek Todd case, Rebecca?
No.
The newest Larry Nassar?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. We'll have to look into a couple of these cases. If there are cases that you want us to cover, let us know, because I am always looking for new cases. That's how I found... Sorry, I'm just opening this photo.
I'm looking at the comments. There's a couple people who are really unhappy with us in the comments.
I know.
Just move along. Just scroll along. This isn't for you. This isn't for you. And
I
don't want to add to your unhappiness. I said it earlier in the stream. I really don't want to be another thorn in your side today. It's a difficult world that we live in today, and you don't need us to add to your plate of unhappiness. So it's okay. It's all right.
It's so sad. Yeah, that's how going back to like new cases and stuff, that's how I found out about the Veronica Rodriguez case. Ellen actually told me about it. And that's how I got invested in that case. And Sam's case, I ended up interviewing his mom and his sister. Let's see if I can do image file. There we go. This is so fancy.
Where are you putting it?
Like, I think I'm gonna put it on the screen.
Ooh.
We're about to find out, Rebecca.
Listen, if people who are less experienced, look at us.
Yeah.
Dance and never cease eternity.
So this is the logo that Alex made us, which I think is amazing. Oh, look, we're still over here on the side. Yeah.
It's incredible. It's so beautiful. Is that you on the left? Is that you on the left with the
for sure.
With the hat with the flaps?
Wait.
I can't tell. It looks like a hat with flaps.
The break dancer.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah, I was a break dancer. I had zipper pants and everything.
You were popping and locking?
I was. Yeah, that was me. I used to do head spins. We actually had the home office, like the office in our house, like where they used to have the desktop PC with the dial-up internet. I took it over.
That one?
Yeah, that one. I took it over, and that's where I had all of my breakdancing club meetings. Literally to this day, if anybody is talking about my home, they go, "Oh yeah, that was in the breakdance room, right?" Everyone in my family calls it the breakdance room because that's where I had my breakdance.
The fact that you haven't busted out any breakdancing moves in this podcast so far is very disappointing to me.
All I got. That's all I got.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
Jess, Sam was the case in upstate New York. It is one of the most disturbing cases ever. It was in Canandaigua, New York.
Let's talk about it on the next show.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to go up there for at least 1 or 2 days of the trial. It's supposed to be sometime between January and May. I'm here to sell. Oh, that's very sweet.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you so
Jay
much. We
Bandel. We
appreciate
appreciate
that.
you. Appreciate you very much. Um,
Let's see. Let me
I
just go
want to tell
through the
you, I
last of the
still want to
comments.
tell you about the double murder in Concord where the
Yes.
person they arrested was it's such a wild story. It's such a wild, wild story. And there's so many interesting conspiracy theories around it. I don't want to be pegged as somebody who buys all those conspiracy theories, but there's reason very often, like when there's conspiracy theories around something, you're like, okay, you're really stretching here. Some of the wildest conspiracy theories around this case don't
Mhm.
feel like stretches because of the circumstances of the arrest, because of the person who they arrested, who went on trial, because of the actual people who were killed. Like it's really wild. So we'll do that one too. I'm really
Yeah,
excited to
for
talk about
sure. I
that one.
mean, we have a list of some cases, but, what happens is we end up updating about Karen Reed stuff because
Oh
there's just
yeah.
so much going on,
Yeah. And
and
we
then we're
gossip
like
about online drama because, as one
yeah,
does.
yeah. Somebody asked me to post what level of Patreon gets us breakdancing? That is a great question, Kristen. Um, the logo makes me wanna tell kids to say no to drugs. Not to oh, yeah, I have to put that one up.
He's the
Not
one who made it.
no, Chris didn't make it, Alex made it.
No, I know. That is Alex who made that comment.
Yeah, I know. The logo makes me I know. I know what I'm talking about.
He made himself
Um,
an anti-drug dare logo. Good for him.
not do drugs, just to tell them to not do drugs. Somebody asked me to put up the Jesse Mack Butler picture with his mom and sister, so I gotta find that real quick. I
Is it
think I have
weird?
it. Yeah, it's the one that
Yes, it's the
it's the
Reed case. Yes, I'm talking about the Reed case. So I'll just give you the briefest of things about it. There's this couple. They had moved to Concord, New Hampshire from Washington, D.C. They both worked in international development for a quasi-governmental, like an NGO kind of situation, right? And so they worked in different parts of the world. They'd lived in different parts of the world. They moved to Concord, New Hampshire after retiring. And, it's the kind of situation where if I met somebody who was retired, who worked for the government, or who worked either in an NGO or for the government and did international development, I would immediately go to like CIA immediately. I know I've known enough people who've worked for the CIA who have told me about all the like agriculture. If you're working in the agriculture department, my grandfather was in the CIA, allegedly, but was an ag department lawyer. But like there's a few departments, and also USAID full of CIA, full of it, which is very interesting to me when they dismantled it. I'm like, you're kind of dismantling some of our intelligence network here, but whatever. So there's this whole thing. So anyway, they were on a walk. They were shot by somebody on a walk. And this is not, and I hate to say this, I sound like every fucking Dateline episode, but like stranger shootings are very atypical for my part of the world. Are there any normal crimes in New England? Of course there are. Most crimes, by the way, like 98% of crimes are not interesting. It's like something escalated, somebody was stupid, they're usually driven by something real stupid or money or anger. Like that's most
Mhm.
crimes. And but this couple there was no reason for them to have been killed. And there were some initial thoughts that it may have been because they were an interracial couple and it may have been a race-based crime. But then
Mhm.
the police ruled out immediately. And the police also almost immediately said, nobody has anything to worry about. And everyone in Concord, New Hampshire, and where I live, which is the next town over, were like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I walk in the woods every day. And I was like, I think I'm taking a break from that for a moment here. But
Concord.
the guy who was arrested eventually was called the Mountain Dew Man. He was a homeless guy who had worked at McDonald's, had stabbed somebody when he lived in Colorado, and he was much younger and had never been charged with it. He killed somebody. And when he was arrested, he was found with a fake passport that he had traveled with to other countries. He was found with an envelope with like $7,500 in it, with the name on the envelope that matched his fake passport,
Mm.
and a bunch of other details that are just very strange. And he actually put up an actual innocence of defense at trial, which I thought was interesting. But the police work behind arresting him was actually very interesting too, and I think pretty legit. It's a bunch of reporting in the Boston Globe and in my own newsroom about the police investigation. But the question is, why did this particular guy kill these particular people? It's something that a lot of people are curious about, and I've always been curious about it. We'll get more into it at on the show when we talk about the case.
Yeah, for sure. I am very interested in that case. I don't know anything about it, so I'm looking forward to it. Somebody asked me, and I don't remember who it was, and I'm sorry for that. Somebody asked me to post a picture of Jesse Mack Butler and his sister and his mom outside of the courtroom. I think I shared it with you. I think I put it in the episode too when I put it out, but where did I put this? Butler. Give me a second.
It's so funny. There's people in the comments, like they're debating like a New York Times article about something we didn't read. They're all talking about ICE and and Jesus and immigration. I'm like, guys,
I know.
That's not our topic
with what
today.
we're talking
There's
about.
plenty of places where you can have that debate that aren't here. So feel free to do it. I mean, you can do it here. I don't care. But like, I do feel like there's a secret conversation going on that we have not been.
Well, it's really strange because it's like someone pops in and they're just like, ICE loves you. And I'm like, why are you here? Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
It's so weird to me. Oh, where did that Jesse Mack Butler picture go?
That's I feel like I'm watching somebody else's stream right now where they like take it like, let me look for that. And they're like 10 minutes.
Oh, I know. I feel like
I don't mind it, by the way. That's just part of the aesthetic of this. But
okay. I think I got it. Yes, I did. Okay.
Show us.
Let's see. Okay, hold on. I'm also just getting used to this. I mean, it's so nice that I can do all this.
Welcome to live streaming, LOL.
Oh, it's not letting me do. I see. Hold on a second. I'm trying to save it, and it's like a web image.
Yeah. Oh, should I take a phone call? Like some live streamers do this thing where like they get a phone call, and like, hold on 1 second, they mute, and they're like,
yeah.
Wow. Well, that was just the FBI calling me to inform me of something very important.
Oh my God. Okay. I think this is going to work. Hold on. This isn't super important, but one of the things that really, there it is. One of the things that really bothers me about this photo is that, where did it go? Okay, there it is. Okay. So this is, let me put this on the screen. Okay. So that's his mom looking away from the camera. That's obviously Jesse with his giant Oakleys, and that's his sister. This is a grainy photo.
Yeah.
What bothers me about this photo is that his sister is staring down with that look on her face. It's one of the victims' family that took this picture.
I have thoughts.
So
she's wearing a Tory Burch belt.
Wait, before we get into it, I just want to say you're amazing. Thank you so much, Jenna Lee. Thank you. Go ahead. What were you saying, Rebecca?
She's wearing a Tory Burch belt.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with that. It's a detail that I'm noticing. He is wearing the douchey 80s villain sunglasses.
Uh-huh.
They're like sunglasses one wears while skiing.
Well, he's a baseball player. And this is like baseball players are wearing these Oakleys. I have come to find out.
I don't know. My husband umpires baseball. I've never seen a baseball player wearing those Oakleys.
Really?
But maybe that's a Midwestern thing. Maybe.
Yeah, all the boys around here and West Virginia, they're all wearing the Oakleys.
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
I think the fact that if the photo were taken by a journalist, this would make a lot more sense.
Right.
If the photo were taken by a blogger or a newspaper reporter or somebody with a microphone in their hand, this would make a lot more sense. But the idea that just look away. Everybody look away. I would just say.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
He is sitting outside of the courtroom about to go in to find out his fate for sexually assaulting 2 underage girls who he almost killed. And that's what he's wearing, and that's how he's posing.
White jeans.
It tells you. I think they might be like chinos, but that tells you everything you need to know about him and his family and their level of privilege and how he's like, oh, I'm fine. Nothing's going to happen to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just want to make another comment, and this isn't about this guy. It's about all of you guys.
Yeah.
Why can you not sit on a bench and not be like this all the time? Like we had photos taken of the 4 of us, like the spread legs. And I understand you got things down there that you don't want to squish or whatever, but like The lack of spatial awareness of men on benches. We have a photo. We did a photo shoot with my audio podcast crew, Laura, Toby, Kevin, and I. Toby is a big guy, as you know. He's like 6'3", 6'4", something like that. And there's a picture of us sitting on a couch together. And the picture is hilarious. First of all, it's hilarious because I look tiny in it because Toby is so big. And we're like near each other. And
Toby is so tall.
Anything that makes me look tiny, I'm like, bring it. Give me a tall boy beard. Give me whatever, because it makes me look really small when I hold it. But he is literally sitting. You can't see my legs, but they're like this. The rest of us, I'm like this. Kevin's like with his knees together.
Making yourself small.
Toby's
big.
But he also makes himself bigger like a starfish, and he's basically. Yes. I don't understand that desire. I'm not saying all men. I don't understand the male desire to take up as much space as possible.
Okay, this is not me defending men in any way, but
you can defend them. I mean, men are lovely. No, I'm straight. I happen to love men.
I will tell you why. When I sit on public transportation, I man spread a little bit, and I also sit with my arms like that. Because when I first moved to New York in the mid 90s, I was told by my friends who lived there that if you look nervous or you walk with your head down or you sit on the train and you don't have your head up, people are going to rob you. Like, you have to look
vigilant.
You have to be open, confident, like nobody can fuck with me and no one will fuck with you. And guess what? No one fucks with me when in those situations. And I don't know if it's because I'm doing that, but I've done it since like the mid 90s, where when I sit on public transit, I sit with like my chest up, I sit with my head up, I look people in the eye. It's the people who like look away that get taken advantage of.
Kevin is not here to tell the story, so I'll tell it for him. When he was in college, he went to college in New Hampshire, and he lives in Western Massachusetts. That's where his parents were from. So he had to take the bus from Manchester, New Hampshire to like Springfield or whatever. And he never wanted anyone to sit next to him. He didn't want a stranger to sit next to him. So what he would do, when people get on the buses, he would make crazy eyes. Someone would walk down and they'd look at his seat and he'd go.
Yeah.
Like he would literally stare at them like. And he says that worked. So,
well, I think that would work. I wouldn't want to go anywhere near Kevin if he was doing that to me. So
yeah.
So Toby was just protecting y'all from predators. Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's Toby.
That's what he was doing.
Toby's not decisive enough to make decisions in the moment of predation. He's just not. Toby, I love Toby. God love him. But he's the guy who's like, "What are we doing for dinner tonight?" Like every time we go anywhere with him, he's always like, "What are we thinking about for dinner?" I'm like, "I don't know, Toby. What are you thinking about for dinner?" So what are we doing today? I'm like, "I don't know, Toby. What are you doing today?"
I'm gonna do his book club this year. I'm really excited.
Oh, amazing! It's fun.
Yeah, deep dive. Yeah. We should probably start wrapping this up because I haven't even eaten dinner yet, and I gotta do that.
Good for you.
You know what's exciting about this? I don't have to edit anything. It just goes live on YouTube.
I know, flaws and all. I'll tell folks that like this is the difference between stages of life of Mel and I and the ages of our children. I have adult kids, obviously we're empty nesters, and Mel still has teenagers at home. And I was like, "Do you want to do this like, I don't know, like after dinner?" And she's like, "Yeah, like 6." And I was like, I was thinking like 9, but cool. If 6
wow,
is
where are you?
For you, that's cool.
We can do 9 too.
No, I'm old.
I like 6. I like 6 because it's just like 6 before.
I don't care. I don't care what time. Whatever. People should let us know what time they think is best for lives. I don't know because I'm not YouTube literate, but this was really, really fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see what Debbie said about?
What did Debbie say? Flashback to Jed Welcher spreading his load and his poof. Oh my God, the hair on that guy. The hair.
All right. Well, we're going to determine whether we are putting an episode out this week. I'd like to. I don't know what your schedule's like. We can talk about it.
I have a party, and on New Year's Eve, I have a party, and on New Year's Day, I'm off and have very little to nothing to do.
I think New Year's Day is Thursday, which is
that's my wedding anniversary, and we don't have anything planned.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't have anything planned?
Ask Kevin. I don't think we do.
I'm sure Kevin has something planned.
No.
Okay. Well, we'll figure it out. I'll talk to you about it offline. I appreciate everybody that was here. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the tips. Thank you for your comments.
Next time we're together, next time show we make, I will show you what Kevin gave me for Christmas, and I think that the audience will really appreciate it.
I don't even know what it is, so I'm very excited.
It wasn't really a gift, let me put it that way, but it was an item. Yeah.
Was it a box of lube?
No, it's not a box of lube. All right.
Okay. All right, Rebecca. I appreciate you. I'll see you
Love
later.
you all. Thanks so much for coming. Even the trolls,
you
we
all.
appreciate your attendance.
Well, whatever. Bring your balls back, I guess. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.